have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Your host Superman in the house, and man, we're going to have a fun time today. Of course, the daily covering the markets. What's better than that, really? Unless you're an ice skater, maybe. It is really, really cool. So we're going to get into it. We're going to be covering the stock market, of course, where interest rates might be going, because obviously we want that seal of approval for altcoin season, and of course we're also going to be covering the crypto markets. Nice little rebound today as well, like the stock market, just slowly creeping up. And we got some bullish calls as well from the market, so we're going to talk about those. And PulseChain is making a little bit of a pushback higher, particularly meme coins and OG WebChef. They're definitely on the move, dominating the top leaderboard. We're going to be talking about the monster thread. Week number 13 is out right now. I know Crypto MVS, the editor-in-chief of that, has been working hard, and that has got out last night. So if you've seen that, that is moving around and reached new records last week. The monster thread weekly number 12. With all the latest, hottest news on PulseChain, hit almost 33,000 views, guys. That's climbing and growing very, very fast each week. So looking forward to Monster 13, which has just been released. See what that does. That's going to be incredible. And we're still kind of, just in that inflection point between bear and bull market for the old PulseChain. And we can feel that we've kind of gone through the first little step, and we're about to go to the next step, and the next step is going to be even better and better and beyond. So it's really, really exciting where we're going. We're looking for some big, big growth in the community. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we got Rhinify in the house there. Good to see Derek in the house. Hey, Superman. Hey, we might have to quickly check on Rhinify, because it's got its charging is to be released, right? That's going to be pretty soon if it hasn't already happened. Pretty sure that's maybe only a couple hours away. It's only probably about maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 hours from here. Maybe. Let's see. Let's check in on that. We got Q-Ball in the house as well. Good shout out to Q-Baller. Morning all. And of course, if you haven't shared the show on X, definitely share it around. Really does help a lot. Just take a moment to hit that repost button on X. And if you're on YouTube, of course, you can share on the share button. And make sure if you're not following, smash the follow button on X, smash the follow button on YouTube. We're streaming to 3 YouTube channels, and that would really help there. So get out there, folks, and do that. Woohoo! Let's go. We got Frank White in the house there. Bang, bang, Pulse Gang. Big shout to Frank White. He got seen by the big new influencer Xavier posting about his PLSS start site. So that was pretty awesome, Frank. Congratulations to you. Very, very cool indeed. Hashtag PulseChain. We got Wookie in the house as well. Wookie the Wood Chopper. That kind of makes sense. So Wookie, that kind of makes sense. So appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? And get moving. So let's get into the stock market first and move forward in time. Let's do it. So stock market, S&P 500 surges as rate cut expectations rise and the tech sector rallies. Now, last week, of course, we saw with Trump's tariffs and the labor data coming out that the market pulled back, right? The market pulled back after a little bit of run. But it's, just a small blip on the road to glory because we've had a little rebound here. Dow Jones up 1.34%, 585 points to 44,173. Remember, the Dow Jones is kind of like the top 30 industrials in the United States. And again, we've got the S&P 500 at 1.47%, 92 points to 6,329. And then the NASDAQ with all the tech companies in it. As you guys know, we are under the sort of AI revolution. And of course, I think that's going to morph into robotics and all that, walking around the street. That's going to be crazy. I watched this little movie as a side. Where the robots ended up, of course, fighting with the humans and being used. It was pretty bad. So it's probably not our generation, but I feel sorry for the future generations. Probably be a realistic thing. We got NASDAQ there, so looking pretty good, 21,000. So let's have a look on the max chart and see where the NASDAQ is looking. We're at pretty much near all-time highs there on that, 21,000. S&P 500 as well. Look at that, boom, pushing all-time highs, and we've got also Dow Jones just below all-time highs there right now. Now, the US dollar is come back a little bit. We're down at 98.4 versus the trading partners. So that is where that is at the moment. So remember, it was 108 when Trump came in. It's now 98, so it's depreciated for that. Crude oil sitting up just slightly, $66, and Brent oil there at $68.80. Those both up slightly there. But remember, they were much higher. They were up in this 78 or something when Trump came in, I think, from memory. So yeah, they've definitely come down a lot there. In fact, we can see if we go to 6-monthly chart where it kind of was. Well, not quite February. We're already moving forward, so it's already come down since then. We're definitely in February in 72. Maybe Trump came in on the 20th of January, but we've definitely come down from that, about $8 to $10 or so. Maybe $6 there on crude oil. We've got gold at the moment sitting at 3,400. That is up slightly, $5. And then silver there pushing a bit higher as well, 12 cents to $37.45. So that's where we are with the commodities. And it's nice to be informed, isn't it? Nice to be informed about that. We've got some of the cool stuff happening here. Let's get into it. Now, obviously, last week, on Friday, Trump imposed tariffs on nearly 70 countries. And one of those countries included New Zealand, which is where I am. And I'm probably one of the last New Zealanders, along with Wookie here, one of the last New Zealanders. So you're really watching, history right now. It's gonna be a bit like people look back to those old videos of the, turn of the century where they got the people that were, in the Civil War and they're talking about their history. Well, you're watching it now. And so yeah, we got this happening at the moment. Weak jobs data lift rate cuts hopes. So even though we had that weak data, and it could be very dirty data, a lot of the stuff that's run by Democrats, in the state departments is very often have dirty data manipulated for political outcomes. And they're willing to do anything, right? So you might think it's impossible, but they do the impossible all the time. So that's kind of where we are. This was well below the expected. So we got 73,000 in July for the non-farm payrolls, but that was well below the 110,000. May and June figures were also revised downward by 260,000 jobs. So some real issues there. The numbers are wildly crazy. So definitely know that the Democrat hired person there got fired, and of course they're going to go and get a new person and then check all the data. It's going to be very important there. But that's had a big impact on interest rate expectations. So let's quickly go to that, shall we? We're going to have a look at that quickly. Actually, we'll do that in a minute. I just wanted to add in a few extra bullish things here. Morgan Stanley strategist Mike Wilson reiterated his bullish stance on U.S. equities, and of course, this bodes well for crypto as well, right? Stating that the bank would be buyers into any market weakness despite expectations of a modest third quarter pullback. We've been bullish on the last few months, primarily due to the V-shaped recovery in EPS revisions, and it's been quite wide. He said April's capitulation day and Liberation Day marked the end of the bear market that began in 2024 and ushered in a new bull market. So I thought you guys would like to hear that. Isn't that pretty neat? A new bull market ahead. Isn't that fun? So that is just more confirmation from people. While Friday's soft labor report and the Federal Reserve still on hold could trigger a short-term consolidation where buyers of pullbacks and bullish for the next 12 months, guys. That is really, really great. So exciting times ahead. Now, obviously, we've had some good reports there in NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta, some of the Magnificent Seven have had led the sector higher, and we're expecting that to continue. We also had Palantir out. Palantir that is going to take over the world and controls. But Palantir is out, and that reached its first $1 billion return. So super bullish on that too. Probably going to, it's supposed to be for good, but it's probably going to end up being used for, bad things. But anyway, that is moving forward. We got AMD, Caterpillar, and Disney earnings are awaited ahead of us this week. We've got more than 150 countries left this week for reporting earnings season, because we're in earnings season, right? And so that's kind of where we are. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Hopefully that will help push the market higher. So far, so good. The returns have been really good. So that's pretty much it on the stock market. And economic front. Let's quickly look at the Fed and interest rate monitors, because obviously this is what we're looking forward to, right? This is particularly going to be bullish for crypto and the altcoin season. 17th of September, 6 weeks away, basically in 2 days. We've got the market has flipped. We've got 94% of the market now expecting a 25-point rate cut, so a quarter percentage point for September. But honestly, I think it should be much more aggressive than that. It should be more like 75 basis points or 50 at least. I think even 75 should be really, really big, actually. Some people would say 1 percentage point at least. Some people, obviously, there's a rule of thumb that you should really have a 1-to-1. And therefore, if you got inflation, around 2.5%, then you should really have interest rates down, near 2.5% as well. At the moment, they're 4.5, right? So it really is, probably 2 percentage points above where it should be. So getting a 25 basis point cut's pretty miserable in that circumstance. So really, we should be getting interest rates cut a lot further there. And with the weakening labour data, as presented, at least, it's definitely a catalyst for that, right? So relatively low inflation, and if we use the European inflation rate, right, so then we would already have been cutting rates, right, for sure, 100%. So the Europeans would have at least. The ECB. So that's kind of where we are at right now on that. So it's still heading in the right direction, and of course we've still got 6 weeks to wait. So this might even get more aggressive. We might see the 50% basis point or more coming into here over the next 6 weeks. So we've obviously still got more economic data to come. But altcoin season, baby, 17th of September is that the final seal of approval, and we all know that Richard Hart will be looking very closely at these numbers. So let's keep a lookout for that. All right, let's have a look at the crypto market overall. In fact, I'm going to bring up the strategic ETH reserve because we don't want to get left behind for that, because that is a mega catalyst, not only for PulseChain but also for Torus, which we're covering a bit later. So wait for that. But we're going to bring up the strategic ETH reserve. Just look at where the market is at the moment. We've got a few comments in the chat there first, I guess. So let's go to that, and then we're going to continue on with our crypto coverage. Who else has jumped in here? We've got Hexcavator. Hey, gang, good to see Hexcavator. Big shout out. We've got Hexcavator says, Woodchuck Wookie. Woodchuck Woodwood. Woodchuck Goodwood. Woodwood. We got Hexcavator announced there. Hey, we got Cryptographics in the house. Reposted the stream as well. Hey, thanks so much for that, Cryptographics. Of course, the founder of Torus, and of course Unity, which is coming to PulseChain. And I posted out about that on X yesterday. Very excited about these protocols. Very, very excited indeed. Looking forward to it, and some cool things coming. We got Brennan in the house there, here for the alpha. Hey, Brennan, good to see you. Big shout out. Brennan's our TA guru in Discord, so if you haven't joined our Discord, links in the video description. He's in there as well, so if you want to get some top TA commentary, he is so accurate with the stuff. It's amazing. Blair in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. And we got Yellowtail as well. I'm ready for the second coming, says Yellowtail. Well, we're all ready for that. We're all ready for that. All right, so let's go. And of course, let's get into the markets here. In fact, we might go full view. Let's do that, full view. And we're going to look at the market cap. It's currently 3.85 trillion, up 2.1%. And of course, we've got 17,915 coins on CoinGecko to make up that change. Bitcoin, though, is on the move, up 0.8% at $115,254. We've got Ethereum at the moment. I'm going to refresh this actually just to make sure we got the latest and greatest. Ethereum at the moment is $3,707, up 6%. So a really nice, strong day for Ethereum. We're just below about $68 or something like that. Maybe a bit like maybe $65 below the PulseChain sacrifice break-even point. We've got XRP up 4.3% at $3.07. Number 5 is BNB up 2.2% at $767. Solana up 4.4% at $168. Number 9 is Dogecoin up 5.5% at 21 cents. And Tron there rounding off our top 10 is up 1.7%. It's 33 cents. So those are our top 10 right now. And we can see the best performer over the last 24 hours is Ethereum, right? And obviously Lido following suit, up 6%. The best performer over the last week has been Tron at number 10, up 3.8%. So that is kind of where our mark is. So certainly not an altcoin season at the moment. Obviously having a bit of a breather, and but starting to push back higher, which is kind of cool. Brennan says much more accurate than Jerome Powell rate cuts. That's true. Let's jump into the top 100. Have a look at what's performing there. Well, we've got Litecoin has actually taken number 1 spot. Interesting. Up 10.7%, $120. And we got Story there. Story IP, which has been one of the better performers, is up 10% as well. And then we've got Providence Blockhash. That's just moved into the top 5, really, up 8.1%. And then we've got Toncoin from Telegram. That's typically been a good performer, up 6.5%. And then XDC at number 5 is up 6%. So there are leaders over the last week in the top 100 as well. And, of course, let's have a look at our top 1,000 gainers. We've got MYX Finance up 134%. Treasure, I should say, up 45%, and Nero on ETH up 47%. Those are our top gainers in the top 1,000. Let's quickly have a quick look through them just to see what's happening. And look at that. Whoa, that's pretty cool. So this is sitting at number 776 on the rankings. It was 11 cents, 11 and a half cents on the 6th of May this year, and it's just been pumped. So welcome to crypto. Pumped from 11 cents pretty much, and it's currently at 39 cents, just looking like it's coming off the top there as well at 43. So might have a mighty fall after this, after us looking at it. We got it's on BNB BSC chain, and let's have a look at the website MYX Finance there. Trade alpha permissionless, where the future of perpetual happens there. So it looks like perpetual platform, and it looks like must have got some big news and got pumped. It's also got an airdrop in here, so and also launched the app. Let's launch the app, shall we? Let me know in the chat if you guys are using this platform. If you guys maybe you guys have been surveying a lot of the top 2,000 projects. People do that, right? People do that, and here we are coming off the mark there. That's the platform. So we've got trade, earn, we got airdrop, we got stake, referrals. So it's got a bit of everything there. Invite a friend to my ex, 20% rebate. That's pretty good. 10% rebate plus 10% return. A pretty healthy looking environment there. Not bad there. MYX, folks. Kind of cool. So check that out. The reason why we check this out is we see what is happening on the wider, the top 1,000 coins. Gives us a good idea of what people are putting their attention on at the moment, without having to do too much research, right? So we're at 570 as treasure. It is been around since 1st of October 2021, so it's been around for some time. Some of you may know it, that have been around for a long time as well. But it is coming off 15 cents at the moment, just a little pop actually at the moment, up to 26 cents. So not too bad. It's on A chain here. I'm not sure what chain that is, but it's up. And let's have a quick look at it's on Arbascan there. So that's I guess the one. Let me just go to the website here. Arbitrum. So it's on Arbitrum. And let's have a look at we're embarking on a new adventure. There we go. What do we got there? Early production. So it's got a lot of gaming from the looks of it. This one here looks kind of cool. Oh, it's got a cool sound effects. We've got cool sound effects there. Visit Bridge World. So it's got the cool sound effects, so it might be one worth checking out. It's got Treasure AI. It's got Smallverse Bridge World. So it's got a few other sites. Treasure Agent Creator Guide. Okay, cool. Might have a few little AI things. Maybe worth checking out there with the NFTs. Smallverse. Let's check that out. Welcome back. What have we got there? We've got some actions there. There we go. Smallverse. And what else is on the list there? We had Bridge World. Bridge World here. See if that comes up. We've got the marketplace as well. So we've got quite a few sites. It's the market, obviously trading around. Was probably in-game items is my guess. And we've got Bridge World there. I guess the bridging things over, is it? So what it's doing, I'm not sure. But that's some of the things we've got going on right now. Oh, there we go. Took a little while to manifest itself. We got that. Welcome adventure to the world of Bridge World. The possibilities are endless. All right, we'll enter this time. All right, cool. Enter. All right. So you can connect your wallet and enter the game. I guess that's the way it goes. Pretty cool. Might be worth checking out for those that like the gaming, and I guess it's got a bit of DeFi mixed into it. Let's quickly look at the last one we're going to have a look, which is Nero on ETH. Have a quick check it out. And that is sitting at number 351. It's been around since what? 30th of July last year. So about a year. And it is on Ethereum. And let's have a look at the prices. Kind of recently rallied from 1.8 cents, currently at 16 cents. So doing pretty well over the last few months. Do you have a website? No website on hand here for this one. Monero on ETH there. All right, so that is pretty much where we are on the market. So trending Toncoin from Telegram, Notcoin, and SmartDex are trending. And that's basically it. 3.84 trillion at 1.1% over the market overall. And BTC and particularly Ethereum on the move there, almost 6%. So not bad at all. So that's some of the hot stuff there. So that's our little survey of crypto. It's going to lead us into the ETH reserve because as you guys know, this thing has been climbing like a boss. So we're going to just quickly check to see where there's been many changes here. We can have a see on here, 4th of August, Ether machine bought another 10,000 on the 4th. OMG. Bitmine Immersion bought 208,000. OMG, guys. And I wonder we're up 6%. That's pretty spectacular. Look at that, guys. Bitmine immersion. As you guys know, it's Tom Lee. Look at that. OMG, it's gone up from 566,000 to 833,000 ETH now. You guys know I said it's going to be targeting 6 million coins. That's 5% of the whole total Ethereum supply. They're not mucking around. This is big stock market money coming into crypto now. This is crazy cool. Look at that. So now at $3.1 billion, this is going to be pushing up the PulseChain sacrifice reserve value, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's going to really start going parabolic here. We've got Sharplink Gaming, 438,000, and then we've got the Ether Machine, of course, just bought another 10,000. That's pretty epic. Look at that. Pretty awesome. So cool stuff happening there. The big players are on the move. Then we've got Ethereum Foundation at number 4. And I think Ethereum Foundation, they've been selling 1,000 pretty much every week or something, probably for fees. Who knows? I don't know what they're doing that for. But if you're closer to the Ethereum Foundation, let us know in the chat. Then we've got PulseChain SAC at number 5, looking like a boss at 166,000. And so we are getting all these stock market ones, these treasury acquisition vehicles. Tom Lee at the top here is bullish, and of course Tom Lee was today on CNBC talking about how bullish he was about the stock market and S&P 500, and of course he's hyper bullish on Ethereum. So they've been using all sorts of analogies about Ethereum. It's pretty exciting. So very exciting. We got Bit Digital down here as well. BDCS there is at 70. I'm not sure if they've been on the new acquisition leaderboard there, but definitely the big acquisition vehicles from the stock market, the Ether Machine and Bitmine Immersion, another 208,000. Oh my God, serious money is coming in. And these guys, they were at 10%, so they're actually marching up there. So keep a lookout for that. That's huge, guys. And they're targeting 15K Ethereum by the end of the year. And of course, if you saw their recent Bitmine presentation, they did a survey of analysts on the replacement value for Ethereum. So they're looking at Ethereum as obviously a valuable network based on the value that stablecoins are going to be on it. And the stablecoin boom of trillions of dollars, that they had a replacement value for Ethereum at $60,000, guys, 60,000, which was something like an 18x from here. Isn't that crazy? So 18x from here means an 18x for the PulseChain SAC reserve, currently $618 million. That would put it at about $10 billion, guys, $10 billion, and the market may very well creep up towards that value in this bull market cycle. Pretty exciting. So 15K by the end of the year, and that is a complete re-rate. We've been talking about, getting to 15K by the end of the year. We've been pretty excited about that. That's $2.5 billion, but we're talking about replacement value targets of $10 billion in terms of re-rate in Ethereum. $60,000 Ethereum. That is $60,000 Ethereum. Crazy, eh? But that's where we're heading now, and these guys are helping to make it happen with these massive purchases. All right, so we've got cool stuff there, and you got to remember a lot of these will be staking, and there'll be all that inflation they'll just be reinvesting. So it's really powerful stuff. So that's kind of the play there. These are long-term players, generally speaking, that are coming into these acquisition vehicles. They see the long-term multi-generational view here. Now that's kind of where we are right now with all these acquisition vehicles. Obviously, we've got many others in here on the list. And down the bottom here, we've got a couple of new entrances here. You do have to have 100 Ethereum to get in there, and we should see at least, by my count, maybe 3, if not 4, Titanx projects potentially could get themselves listed on here. Obviously, the obvious one being, of course, Titanx, and that would be sitting at about number 27. And then, of course, we could easily see several of the others like DragonX, Torus very soon, and of course. Helios potentially as well. Is that definitely possible there, maybe after the 8-day payout. So that's kind of the play there at the moment. All right, so very bullish environment, guys, and this is really driving a hyper cycle for us in crypto this cycle. It's going to be pretty cool. Now it's going to lead us into PulseChain. So we've got no more comments in the chat there, so that's cool. If you guys haven't reposted the show out, definitely give a repost. Just smash it out right there on X, and if you're on YouTube, of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the follow button. And if you guys haven't joined our strategy club, that link is in the video description. Only $35 a month, so fantastic value. And I will be doing my monthly report today. Supposed to do it yesterday, but we were a bit busy. But today that will be coming out. So if you get into strategy club, you'll be getting that hot off the press. That is multi-chain as well. And if you also will get access to the top 10 index, Crypto Night Show index in there as well as strategy chats and a lot of regular updates in there as well. So it's a really great strategy club for that purpose. So yep, get in there, folks. And if you want to become just a general member of the Discord, that's only $12.50 a month, and you get access to the crypto helpline and all the resources in there, as well as the best community in town. So join up. Discord links in the video description. All right, we've got Francia in the house there. Hello. Good to see you, Francia. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to the chat. All right, PulseChain, guys. We're getting some green candles here. Day 815 right now. And we've got Pulse there at quadruple 0469, up 5%, 47% of the mean sacrifice price. We got PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0377. That's up 5.55%. Isn't that cool? 5.55. We like the 555s. And yeah, that is looking pretty good. But the buy and burn is now at 7.54%. Now, we're going to be talking about Unity today a bit at the end of the show because Unity is about to drop on PulseChain between the 18th and the 20th of this month. It could absolutely, utterly supercharge the buy and burn here. It's going to be amazing. So at the rate, as I understand, it could be something like 20, I'm just going to remember the now, I think it's about 20 times the rate. And of course, if you have more volume, the more volume you have, the more total burn that could be doing on PulseX, in addition to the buy and burn and any other supply sinking or burning mechanisms on PulseX. This is about to go next level, guys, and we're going to see some fun happening on PulseChain. We've got the incentive token there at $2.05, up 4.86%. So really positive to see INC back over $2. We got Hex at the moment, 1.22 cents, 4%. We've got EHEX there back at 0.2 of a penny. I think it was where it was yesterday. So we've got the combined price of EHEX and PX sitting at 1.42 cents right now. It really does feel like we're about to go to the next level. Once we break away on Hex, it's going to be absolutely game on, guys. I think really this time, the train is about to leave. It's going to get pretty chaos. So that's kind of where we are on the old Pulse. Let's have a look at the gas prices. We've got that at 1.2 million beats, 2 cents for a PulseX swap right now. So super cheap on PulseChain. The valid at the moment, 52,925. So I think we're up about maybe another 60 validators from yesterday. So it's the first sort of move that we've seen in about 4 or 5 days. So it's a nice little increase there. And the bridge, where's the bridge at? 103.9 million. So we're just under $104 million. And so we're just pretty chill where we are right now. I'm just having a look at some of the numbers there. Obviously, if EHEX rallies, then this bridge number is going to go really up huge real fast into, every cent will be like $100 million or something. So it's going to be pretty crazy. Keep a lookout for that. All right, that leads us into the PulseChain, and we're going to talk about the monster thread very shortly because that's been released. So the hottest weekly news on PulseChain. And we can see at the moment we've got $24.2 million in volume over the last 24 hours. We've got 316,000 transactions here. Doesn't include much of Famous, as I understand it, but we got mostly PulseX, 9mm, 9-inch, and Uniswap and PDEX Vision volume going through here. We got Super Grok, been around for 13 hours, up 27,500%. So Super Grok managed to make it, probably a pump tires, no doubt. But that is on the side there. So it's got a website, and let's have a quick look at it. Obviously not endorsing anything. These all just launched. But Super Grok there, technology, why choose Super Grok? Let's have a quick look. Public support chain, decentralization, investment opportunity there, ultra fast speeds. So there we go. That is Super Grok. Doesn't say too much more than that. I've got core functions, I guess. Ultra fast there. Looks a little bit rushed on that, but modular expansion function. Yeah, not really quite sure too much what it's doing there, but that is Super Grok. The chart's certainly looking pretty at the moment on that one. We've got Cash Machine around for 6 hours, up 1,254%. We've got, let's have a quick look at some of these. Now, I'm not endorsing any of these. We don't know the status of a lot of these, but that's on the move there right now. A community voted withdrawal limit DApp built on PulseChain. So, do your own due diligence on all these. We've got Abu as well, running around for 6 hours, up 560%. There's another one here, so quick look at this. Got a website apparently. It's been sold off pretty hard, so pretty Wild West, that sort of stuff. What else there? Holds a special place in history of the first dog. So another meme dog there. Liquidity pool burned. Contract renounced, it says. So 100% safe. It's got flash. We got Gains Hex mascot there. Been around for 4 hours as well. So we've had quite a few new coins lately, all riding on these meme wave right now. Up 275%. So let's have a quick look at that. Hex dog there. Mad gains. The chart's sort of a mixed, isn't it? Mixed chart there. Is fearless, jacked, and loyal symbol of stack of strength there. The people playing on the dog meme there for Hex. Let's see what they've got the website. So let's quickly have a look at that. And let's see what we got there. So gainsonpulse.com it's called. Hex mascot. By the chart view there. So there's the pack. So it's got a few of the socials. So that is it from that one. Hex dog. What else we got going on at the moment? We got 12 hours ago. We got PF Lan or P Flanny. It's been around up 188% at the moment. So we've got a lot of new meme coins on the throw here. This is playing on the old peacock there. And it's got the charts up and to the right. What does it say about itself? Too glam to give a damn. Was it born from the flamboyant feathers of peacock? P Flanny is peacock's sister. She strutted onto the blockchain and not to follow, but to dominate. So there we are, another meme coin on the mix. What else? So yeah, we've been flooded. I had that on the title of the video. Meme coins. We're flooded with meme coins lately in the last couple of days. We've got the Alamo, been around for 4 days, up 92%. We've got Missor. So we've got OG WebChef, right? I was going to put that on the title, actually, OG WebChef, but they've definitely been moving, moving quite nicely up as the old OG WebChef tokens. So we've got Missor there. There's no real yield on Missor as far as I remember, but it's up 43%. We've got Finvestor, which is kind of the parent of the OG WebChefs, $13.23. Kind of benefits from a lot of the other OG WebChef tokens. It's up 37%. So we have a nice little bounce back on some of the OG WebChef tokens. We've got Bra here. This is the pump tires. This is Rack and Michelle, one of our two big public whales. And this is his dog. And apparently he's adopted this dog because I don't think he set this token up on pump tires, right? So, but he has apparently got involved with it. And it's had a nice little rally. So look at that. It's managed to really move forward here. When was I looking? I was looking at it back here somewhere. But it's managed to really go up quite a lot, up to 1/10 of a penny. The all-time high there at 13/100th of a penny. That is Rack and Michelle's dog, and he says he's going to support it as long as there's no shenanigans. So there we go. Check that out. That could be a big one there. I think he calls it the biggest meme coin on PulseChain. We will see. Certainly with a whale behind it, it's going to have a lot of. He's a VC, remember, not any ordinary whale. So we'll see how that goes. But that's up 35% today. For Investor, of course, we talked about that. Doge, the pump tires Doge. Been around for 6 months, up 34%. We've got Bane, been around for 8 hours, so another meme coin there, up 30%. So it's dogs galore on PulseChain. Dogs, we've got Hex Dog, we've got Bane, we've got Briar, and we've got dogs galore there. We've got Abu, we've got Hex Max Scott. I mean, it's crazy. We've got so many. We've got one peacock feather, and then we got the rest of them are dogs and super croc. We've got that. That's kind of what's leading the charge, and of course all the degens are degening. It's pretty much it's degen day on PulseChain, which is cool. This is one of the parts of crypto that you need to have flourish, as funny as it is, because it creates a lot of activity and excitement. We've got Bitcoin at the moment, pump tires up 28%. We've got ETH pump tires at the moment up 25%. We've got Solana pump tires up 22%. So what have we got here? We've got OG WebChef, we've got pump tires, we've got meme coins. That's kind of what we're seeing in the top 20 here. We've got XRP pump tires up 20%. NPC, which I think is a pump tires. I have to double check that one, but it's up 18% there as well. And then we've got Beast from OG WebChef again, number 19. So we've got 3 clear themes today. We got meme coins, pump tire, I guess meme coins, and then we've got OG WebChef on the move. And Beast, which is up 16%, had been hit quite hard, right? But is making a little bit of a comeback here as well. Now, I know that we've got some German influencers. Now, we don't, we're always thinking of, English speaking because we speak English, and that's typically what we listen to. But there's German influencers that cover OG WebChef and do a pretty great job. So there's a lot of European investors in the OG WebChef. And of course, it's had its big sell down. We went down to 25 cents on Beast. We're back up at 38. So a nice little reprieve there, but still little relative to where it had been. It had been all the way up here at $19. So that was back in April, though. And given the type of protocol that, or ecosystem that Beast and the rest of them are. So we're talking about Missor and Finvestor's ecosystem there. We got Peppy. A lot of people like Peppy, and that is up 20%, 15% there as well. And what else we got there? BFF, another investor one there. OG Web Chef, 15%. Incognito there as well, up 14%. USDC Pump Ties at number 25 is up 12%. So really, we got three main themes today. Pump tire memes or memes or OG Web Chef. That's pretty much it, dominating the top 25 right now. Then we start to get into some of the other liquidity pool webbing tokens like Teddy Bear, up 9.6% at the moment. Cardano Pump Tires up 9.6%. Pulse Puppy there, Atropa there, up 8.5%. So we're getting some of the James and Maria tokens with the Teddy Bear and Atropa. We got Curve Pump Tires there, up 8.5%. I think that's a Curve one. And we got Best Everything, another Pump Tires there, one of the originals, up 8.5% as well, sitting at number 35. So really dominating right now. Now, a lot of the blue chips at the moment are pushed down. They're pushed down in attention. We have to get all the way down here to number 38 before we get some of the blue chips, as I call it, which is PDC the Greys, the first DAO token. That's up 8% right now. Fitzgerald, kind of a new entrance in the space, held by, was it 4 people? It's like an oligopoly holding, or whatever you want to call it. But that is... it's held by a few people there, and it's as good as one of them not selling, right? It's as good as one of them selling, but the chart is up and to the right, 33.1 cents. So we'll see how this goes. I've seen this kind of thing before, so we'll see how it goes. We got Trump token there, another Pump Tires, of course, with the Trump brand on it. So we're expecting that to do well as we get into PulseChain Rally because of the association with Trump. That is up 7% as well. And then we got Top Hat there from one of the top crypto influencers in PulseChain, Crypto Coffee, Top Hat there at number 43, up 5%. Then we have Pump Tires itself, kind of the main brand token there, the RRH one, up 5% at the moment. And what else we got going down here? PulseX down there, etc. So we're getting down to the 4% marks now. So that's kind of where we are on the tokens. Now, a lot of the big Magnificent 7 as I have it, SolidX is down here at just under $13. What else is there? 9mm, the big DEX is down here as well, only up 3.4%. So a lot of the blue chips being pushed down. Hex is down here as well. Blue chips have been flipped. Been a great blue chip flipping, the cause in the blue chips being flipped here for meme coins and pump tires. So things are getting ready to rally right now when you got the memes and the pump tires pushing forward and the OG Web Chef. And of course we've got a lot of the blue chips as I have it. Down here, we've got Sun Minimeal down here at 44.2 cents, down 7% right now, and so on. And then we've got you remember the latest farm that we had, Pulse of them, got some of its tokens down here as well, Hexa, for example, and of course, Ink Reward down here also. So just having a bit of a breather. And also we've got the old Liberty Swap intern token here. That is down 51%. So that's really been smashed. Really been smashed there. That is the old Liberty intern one. And then we also got this USDC. I can't really say it because it's a family channel, but this one here is also around this new USDC. You can read it for yourself. But that is pretty much it. All right, so that's going to lead us into the monster thread. Before we get into that, though, let's catch up in the chat there. And if you are new to the channel, then don't forget to smash the follow button on X. And, of course, smash the subscribe button on YouTube and check out all the links to Strategy Club and our Discord as well. There's the link there. Now, if you want to join Telegram, Telegram is free to join. You can also get access to a lot of the project founders and influencers on there too. We've got a great bunch of people there also. So you can check that out too. All the links in the video description. And Wookie's link to Strategy Club is in the chat there. Who else we got in here? Did I say hello to Torus Johnny? I think I did. Big shout out TJ. Lots of love from France here. Appreciate that. And who else? We got the strong arms as well. Looking good. And Diamond Hand says higher and higher. Yeah, well, PulseChain's ready to rock. That's all we can say. PulseChain is ready to rock. All right, let's get into the monster thread. It is week number 13. Can you believe it? Week number 13, the monster thread. Big shout out to MVS Crypto. He is the editor-in-chief of the monster thread. And, of course, doing a great job as our promotional lead as well for the Crypto Night Show. PulseChain Weekly Monster Thread number 13. And is the title Richard Season, Rackham's Giveaway, Xavier's Arrival, and much more. So brilliant title there leading into it. So I'm going to post that in the chat there. Monster Thread number 13. I guess number 13. And bam. And let's go. And that is it there. And if you're on X, of course, you can just find the Monster Thread on the profile. So you'll be able to find it there on the Crypto Night Show, the profile, and on MBS Crypto's profile. So there we go. That is the link to the Monster Thread number 13. All the hottest news over the last week on PulseChain. All there, all packed in one good thread there. So check it out. So yeah, Richard Hart season. So obviously Richard Hart said the match. I love this phrase from Richard, honestly. This was a post that he put in. The match is nearly struck. Be ready for greatness. Isn't that awesome? We know that we're probably 2.5 weeks or so to go at max for the promotions to really take off. We're expecting obviously these hundreds of thousands of digital devices to land on shores, and the marketing really and promotions to really ramp up. So we're getting closer, guys. It's awesome. We know that it's 6 weeks from now to the Fed rate cut, which is looking very likely now. So, that 2 to 4 weeks, Richard's timing has been spectacular. Remember the strategic ETH reserve, he got us on there early. And of course, he's sitting at number 5, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, he's had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views on this comment. I mean, it's just gone up and away there. Obviously, also, I talked about this earlier, but Tom Lee there targeting 5% or 6 million of the ETH supply. We saw another big purchase today, 200,000 tokens. And of course, he is pushing forward to that 6 million. They're not mucking around. They've done it all in a few weeks. So it's pretty exciting. And of course, $60,000 ETH. So that is pretty exciting. We've had big influence. Xavier with 477,000 followers. He joins PulseChain. And he's a pretty dapper guy. maybe a moniker, of course, but he's definitely pretty awesome. He's going to usher in a whole new audience to PulseChain. Isn't that awesome? Whole new audience we'll be seeing. This is just the beginning, I think, of many influencers out there. We're bringing new audiences to PulseChain. Pretty awesome. So big shout out to Xavier out there. Rack and Rochelle, of course, gave 100 million Pulse away to 8 lucky winners. So pretty fantastic there. If you know any of the names, Nuclear Herb actually one of them. He won, and AJ Rip City, he got some as well. And then we also had Hexy Crypto Siren won $1,000 as well in a previous contest. So 100 million Pulse from Rackham Michelle, obviously one of our 2 big public whales. And as you guys know, Rackham was part of a consortium that was the number 1 sacrificer for PulseChain and PulseX. So big shout out there to Rackham, and a beautiful gift, powerful gift there to people. Pretty exciting. So he's been wrapping that up. Strongest crypto cult. Obviously, a lot of people talking about which is the strongest community out there in PulseChain. So there's been a couple of polls on that. Hex Turbo did one. Kaleido Crypto did one. So you can see the results on that. Which is the strongest community? Was it like PDI or PDC or Hex or Sparta? You guys can go check that out. Excuse me. And it's not a smoker's cough, by the way. We got Wendy Bubbles. Wendy Bubbles there. So Wendy, of course, knows about PulseChain. She has interviewed Richard, if I remember rightly, in the past. And she's got 440,000 followers. So isn't that awesome? We got up here, we got a new person influencer with Xavier with 477,000 followers covering PulseChain. We've got Wendy O here sharing a post showing crypto bubbles. Obviously, PulseChain was the big bubbles on that, which is pretty exciting. In fact, we can click on that quickly and go check that one out. But that's the one she sewed. And of course, they had pump tires in there as well, and Pulse down here, really standing out there. Isn't that awesome on that? So what do you notice about this? Indeed, PulseChain on the move. So that's pretty exciting. So we've got these big influencers coming, right? We've got these big giveaways happening. We've got Richard Hart here getting ready for the pump, the really pump on PulseChain. And then we've got potential targets on Ethereum with Tom Lee pumping the price of Ethereum and therefore flowing onto PulseChain and, of course, directly to the strategic ETH reserve, potentially $10 billion if Ethereum reaches 600K, which is the replacement value. So, everything is starting to line up, isn't it? It's starting to line up, and I think it's beautifully laid out in the Monster Thread here. So pretty cool. We got, obviously, adoption is a big part of that. Once, everyone starts to hear about it, we need to get people over, and they need to be able to get over to PulseChain easy. Well, obviously, crypto, we got Crypto Bella here. These ladies here basically sharing heartfelt messages about, the potential of Liberty Swap, with 40 chains going to be able to make it really easy to transfer value into PulseChain, of course, with USDC, USD Tether. So really a great place for onboarding, and they give a big shout out there. So big shout out to Crypto Bella and her friend there. So pretty awesome. Then we also had, of course, Avita there, one of our biggest female influencers. I think she's ranked number 2 out there, and she does a great job. I think she's got like 55,000 followers or something. And of course, has had the lucky chance of having some dinner and events like that with Richard Hart. So it's pretty cool. Big shout out to Avita out there. She had updates highlighting the recent bullish sentiment in the ecosystem, and so that's pretty exciting, right? And of course, PulseChain volume there sitting at number 5 on Dick Screen are pretty exciting. We've had some big news. Now, this went really viral. Richard Hart posted this out. A lot of influencers posted this out. And this is the privacy dashboard. So obviously, Richard Hart's always been a big fan of privacy, as most people in DeFi are. And we've got, privacy dashboard version 1.20 out at the moment, which is pretty exciting. And I think it's also, you can get a lot of privacy with this. It's got a first portfolio tracker with optional encryption, PC, Mac downloads, and open source repository. It's pretty awesome. But this also matches very well if you're using, I think it's a PLS Folio. I think they also have a privacy bridge or something like that, or privacy transfer on that as well. So we are getting some privacy products over on PulseChain, so you can use those as well. Now we've also got Liberty Swap ramping up. So Liberty Swap, obviously, we need to be able to get people. Got all this promotion, all these new influencers, and everything else like that. But of course, we need an easy way to get funds over. Obviously, we've got a lot of bridges and swaps at the moment. I did a whole list, didn't I? I think there's about 20 or so on that list. But now Liberty Swap sort of came out of nowhere, and they are doing some really incredible stuff, allowing they're going to be expanding up to 40 chains to allow all that value to come onto PulseChain as part of to match up with all this promotion that's going on in a couple of weeks as well. So it is exciting, guys. It's so exciting, and they're blowing up, of course, on X. And they're going to be launching a smart link for one-click swaps for assets as well. So that's going to be pretty cool. And July alone, when they just started, really, they bridged $8.5 million over. So that's just the beginning. So very cool. We've been excited, of course, about Ramp now and other bridges, which have been contributing hugely to PulseChain, including Sun Minimum. But now, of course, we got all this money coming over as well through Liberty Swap. So it's fantastic. They've also increased their limits to $15,000, which really would capture probably 99% of the retail book. So that's fantastic now. We really are looking good there. And now I understand they're increasing their liquidity as well to something like $150,000. So things are growing and things are just ramping up. They're getting ready for the multitudes, I should say. So it's pretty cool. Now, it's not just all about PulseChain and DeFi and growth, and that's awesome because we're about to really turn up into the bull market. But we've also got lots of community stuff happening. So we've got Crypto DJ Matic, we've got Left House Record. These guys are pumping it with the DJ spins. You got to love these shows. Absolutely amazing. Now, DJ Cryptomatic did a soul show, and man, it's got all the OG favorites, man. It was old school favorites. It was fantastic. You got to check that out. Rollerblading, everything else. So that's DJ Cryptomatic. Big shout out to him. We also got DJ Mr. Lefty in the house on PulseChain as well, playing some house beats and stuff like that. So if you like that house music and stuff like that, that's something for you, DJ Mr. Lefty in the house there. So isn't that cool to have so much cultural beats and music, which everyone can swing to and get down on? That's pretty awesome. So big shout out to these guys. They're doing some pretty cool stuff. We also have, of course, new teams. We talked about Xavier coming there. We've also had new teams come over to PulseChain, Crypto Hitman and the Crypto Paradise team. What a fun bunch of guys. We obviously got Amaru and Nate as well. These guys are crushing it. They're huge KOLs, and but they're really open-minded guys. They're really guys that just will get on board with anybody and get out there promoting and talking about all the cool things happening. And of course, they've got their surf token on PulseChain, and we're expecting exciting things about that. They've got a big DAO. They're another big DAO team, just like PDC the Greys. We're expecting exciting things there as well, and they do a lot of cool things. We got obviously defense of the altcoins. There's your friend Somi. He's out there. What's he? How many posts he does? About 20 posts a day, something like that. But he's out there just living the dream and getting the word out there. And he was talking about Liberty Swap's Peacock endorsement. So is that already the beginning of marketing and promotions? So you got the community to chime in on that, which is pretty cool. So a lot of stuff happening there in that space, around promotions, and your friend Somi there highlighting that, which I think is fantastic. So keep up the great work, Somi, crushing it out there. Rhinos in Paradise, of course. We had the Kryptonite show, this show here. We held a show with Crypto Paradise and RhinoFi, so a big shout out to RhinoFi. In fact, RhinoFi was the first in the chat today. A big shout out to you guys. You guys are crushing it. and we've got the recharge, right? We've got to go check the recharge. We might as well do that now. Should we do that now? But yeah, we had a great show with Crypto Paradise and RhinoFi. We went through all the details of Surf Token and RhinoFi, bringing really new alpha to PulseChain. Pretty awesome. So let's pull up the RhinoFi DApp, and I'm pretty sure their recharge is getting pretty close. This is huge. 16 hours to go, guys. 16 hours to go for the RhinoFi recharge there. If you guys want to check that out, I'll post it in the chat there. There's RhinoFi and their recharge, and that's going to basically be burning a ton of tokens, and that's going to be awesome. So you can actually go into the DApp there and go to charging cycles, and you will see the amount of tokens there. 427, almost 428 million pulse earned in there. Pretty awesome. I understand. I think it's 50% of that amount. It's going to be going to that burn cycle, so which is 16 hours away. So the Rhino chart's going to get on fire. Going to get on fire there. You can check that out. I think it's in the actual monster thread as well. So awesome stuff. That is the RhinoFi link there. Big shout out to the team. All right, so that is looking pretty good, and let's jump back into it. We've got also, obviously, if you guys know Kev, Optimus Kev, this guy is like Action Jackson, I swear he's like Action Jackson, and he was in the monster thread last week because he was doing, wall climbing indoors, and now he's out in the mountains, for goodness sake. Look at this guy. This guy is everywhere. This guy's everywhere, and it's not often that people get in the monster thread 1 week after another, but this guy is just going next level. So look at that, how beautiful that is. Isn't that beautiful? And he conquered that trail. There as well. So pretty cool there from Optimus Kevtron. And he hiked the Cheeseman Canyon Trail in Colorado. Obviously, Colorado, one of the most beautiful states in America for sure. Rivers, rocks, and forests. And big shout out to him. What a great photo that is. He's a good photographer as well. While we're there. Now, we also had Alpha with Claz. Obviously, Claz is one of the big female influencers in the PulseChain. She hosted an amazing live stream with another top female influencer on PulseChain, Sammy Chica from Australia, showcasing a dynamic session titled Hex on PulseChain. So if you want more beautiful Hex content, definitely go check out Crypto Claz and Sammy Chica there. What a great show that was. We also have some honorable mentions. Hexy Bastard returning to stream. And, of course, he's got some big plans from Nine and Exchange, so we're looking forward to that. Tam, of course, started RH Workout Challenge. As you know, Rich Art is working out, and Tam has started that up. And then, of course, we have Reinvent Ideal explains why Hex will explode. So if you want some forward-looking expectations around Hex, then check out Reinvent Ideal. And then Mo Mindset, of course, has been crushing it with his artwork, and we've showcased that a few times in the Monster Thread. His PLS art collection in Manchester. This guy just never stops. He is a full-on artist, and he is on a roadshow right now. BBC Radio. This guy's everywhere. So big shout out to him. Wish him the very best in his collection. So that's pretty cool. But we've got some of the hottest. Not only we have the hottest news in the Monster Thread, number 13. We have some of the hottest projects on PulseChain. And we've got Radon. Radon there has just launched its latest token as part of the Deadly Sins, as it were, and that is the MB token. So that is now launched. You can go check that out and check out Radon, and you can actually farm it on Nexian. And of course, you guys know we are excited about Nexian farms because they're going to bring us some of the hottest products, including the Glow. And we're looking forward to Glow because it's going to have up to 10x leverage and many other facets there. So keep a check out for that. And of course, Radon there is, I think it's probably well over half of the pools on Nexian. So it really is a juggernaut there. And they've just launched their new MV token. So you can check that out with high yields. They got all the tokenomics there as well. Envy there by detected. So I said Deadly Sins, right? I said Deadly Sins there. But we got also got Hog here, and you guys know I'm a huge proponent of Hog. I think this is kind of synonymous with PulseChain. That is exciting. So Chapter 11 is out. Spirit, Style Bending, and Time. You know, Hog got beaten up in Chapter 10 by Colin McGregor, but is training for a rematch. So he's training for a rematch there. And you can see that he got the beat down. Look at that. He got beat down by Conor McGregor, maybe the next Irish president or prime minister. So we're looking forward to that. He'll be the last man to save his country for sure. And we got Hog in training there. And of course, he's really getting ready for the fight back. So let's see whether he can. I don't know whether it's going to be chapter 12 or chapter 13 or what chapter it's going to be. Sometimes they do have a gaps between storyline, but man, he is check that out because it's pretty exciting. And we also know that Heartwood Dog or Hog is also covering a lot of the PulseChain influencers females and males are now major characters inside the story. So it really is synonymous with the old PulseChain there. So we're gonna, while the bull market goes on, we're gonna enjoy the excitement of Heart with Dog as well. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. You can also check out the previous 10 chapters also in there. You can see some of the action there. Look at that. Bam. All right. So pretty cool. Check it out. All right. So we've also got Pcoin. Pcoin's pretty exciting. And this meme coin, I think, man, the chart looks amazing. If you haven't seen Pcoin, go check it out. But it's been doing pretty well. They've got a big raffle on right now, a big raffle. So if you want to get some free crypto, you want to have a chance of that, get out there because they've got a big raffle there on at the moment. 50% of the collected Pcoin goes to winner. So you do have to participate by contributing to it. But pretty exciting. 50% is going to be burned forever. So if you're looking for bullish moves on Pcoin, definitely check that out. One winner will get an extra $50, maybe $100 too. Participation is strong. The deadline to enter is the 8th of August there, and a drawing on the 9th of August. So fantastic there. More giveaways. We saw back up in the news that Rack and Michelle was giving away 100 million Pulse, but we've got a lot of cool teams out there doing a lot of giveaways. Some of them you have to participate in. You have to have the coin and contribute to the raffle. But man, that's an exciting idea. You might actually get a mad gains for that. So pretty awesome. You only need 250,000 Pcoin to enter. Check that out. So there we go. They've also paired up a lot of liquidity with the new Peacock there from Liberty Swap and of course the PUSDC as well. The name that I cannot mention on the PG channel. So you can check that out as well on there. All right, so lots of cool burning going on with that team as well, and you can see the giveaway. We also got Yeet out on the street there. This is a fun team, and like I think I mentioned this the other day, Yeet is such a bunch of great people in there. You get in there and you feel welcome straight away. It's really amazing environment on Telegram, for goodness sake. So it is really cool. The king of PulseChain is here. So Yeet there is landed, and man, they are such a great bunch of people there. You definitely got to check it out. So yeah, why Yeet is your ticket to the moon. They've already burnt 96% of the supply. It's unruggable and bonded to PulseChain cores. So check out Yeet. It's a great bunch. I really strongly recommend jumping into the Telegram because there are such a great bunch of people there, and the chart is solid. The chart is amazing. So check that out on the old Yeet there. This video is pretty cool, actually. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to play right now, but it's a 3D video. It's pretty good. Check that out. Then we've obviously got RhinoFi. We just talked about that earlier. They got the recharge, and it's only 16 hours to go, and then it's going to get game on, right? Game on. And, of course, the first 28 days, only been around for 27 days or so. And so the first 28 days is a little different from the next 28 days and onwards. But, man, this is going to be pretty exciting to see RhinoFi and the recharge there, 50% of Rhino bought with Pulse Burn. It's going to be a massive, man, what's going to happen to the chart? The chart's been looking really good. What is going to happen to the chart from here? Let's quickly check the chart, shall we? We're here on RhinoFi and check that out where it's out at the moment. So, boom, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. 16 hours to go, man. What's going to happen to the chart with that big buy and burn recharge? It could be pretty exciting. So 1/10 of a penny right now, and that chart is looking fantastic. So wish them the best with that recharge. Very different tokenomics. And we had a good stream there the other day with Crypto Paradise and Derek there from RhinoFi. Big shout out. All right, let's jump in there. We got also the Emmett, of course. You guys know Emmett Farms is just solid, man. These guys just keep delivering on the old Emmett Farms. And boy, oh boy, they've done some big partnerships as well. We saw with Peacock. So Peacoin we saw with Peacock. Now Emmett Farm has also got a farm with Peacock as well to celebrate because Emmett Farm is now on Liberty Swap's automatic buy. In other words, you can bridge USDC or USD Tether over and buy Emmett token straight away on Liberty Swap. Isn't that fantastic? So this is very exciting. And that's potentially going to bring 40 chains of stablecoins over to PulseChain, and Emmett's could potentially be one of the ones that people buy. And of course, Emmett has been one of the most amazing farms on PulseChain. And one of the real innovations has been around the yields and the partnerships. They've made so many awesome partnerships with high yields, including all the Richard Hart cores, PDC, Crypto Paradise, many other teams out there have been on there. Here are some of the top yields at the moment that you can get there as well. And they also have single-side staking of Emmett. So you stake Emmett and you get EDI, guys. And this was one of their big innovations was this EDI and the way they manage the missions of the Emmett token itself. Very clever tokenomics, and it's proved very sustainable over a long period of time now. So very excited about that. And they keep adding more and more cool projects. Obviously, we talked about Crypto Paradise with the Surf token. These guys are looking amazing. And man, this stuff is just getting, they're going next level with this stuff. These guys a huge influencers. They all got like 45,000 followers or so, and of course their DAO has got a ton of full of investors. It is pretty exciting with the old surf token there. You need 200,000 surf to get into the product into the DAO, but they have these trading bots that make a lot of profit, and man, they've been crushing it as well. So if you do get into the DAO, you get lots of benefits in there. They've also got their own app as well, which is one of the few groups. I think we haven't got many apps around, but definitely one of the exciting things there. They've obviously given a weekly 3-month. They've given a 3-month report here in the Monster thread, and looking pretty good there. And of course, their 10x returns opportunities in the DAO have been amazing. They've been delivering some incredible stuff there on Doge token and FCK 925. So up to 28.5x on that. So they've been making some really great calls on the old surf team there. So check it out. Even Somi covered them in the last Monster thread as highlighting their awesome stuff. So big shout out to the Crypto Paradise team. They're doing amazing on Pulse. We're lucky to have them. Really are. They're a great team. All right. So we've got a poll on at the end of the Monster thread today. And is what is your favorite content creator? They got your friend Somi on here. We got Nick Hellman from Crypto Paradise. We got Crypto Coffee, and we got Ian Heinisch there. So those are your 4 options here. Get out and vote on those. I'm going to repost that now and get out and vote. So vote today. Vote today. There we go. PulseChain for the win, obviously all the time. PulseChain for Darwin. How about that? All right, so a fun poll out at the moment. What is your favorite content creator out of these 4 options? They're all pretty large influencers, right? So your friend Somi, Nick Hellman, Crypto Coffee, and Ian Heinisch there. Get out and vote today. So I'll copy a link in there, and you can vote as well. If you're on X, of course, you can just hit the Monster thread, which is pinned to the that's the link. Bam. All right, so who else is in the chat here? We've got Matt in the house. Hey, Matt, good to see you. Big shout out. Matt in Bali, a.k.a. another city. We got that is the vote there for the Monster thread voting today. That is the poll. Pretty fun poll. Last week's poll was NFTs. So if you didn't see that was out. And then the week before, we had another one. Just trying to remember. I think it was on the farm, which is your favorite farm. Yeah, so we had farms, NFTs, and now influencers. So there's a bit of everything in the old Monster thread. Brendan House there. Ciaballa. Yes, indeed. Indeed. All right, that is pretty much it on the Monster thread. So check it out. And don't forget, this is really the best way of onboarding people. It's basically the number one newsletter, really the only newsletter out on PulseChain. And definitely share it out to new people coming to PulseChain. If you want people to find if they've been busy during the week, busy at work or gymnastics, whatever they've been doing, then definitely check that out. And of course, a big shout out to MVS Crypto, the editor-in-chief for that, doing a great job. And you can give him a follow as well on that one. So kind of cool. Now, if you're a team out there, you want to get included, just hit up MVS or myself. You can do that through the Crypto Night Show Telegram or on Discord, or just DM us there on X as well. So there's lots of opportunities to get on there as well. It is pretty exciting where we're going. And like I say, Monster 12, almost 33,000 views. And of course, we're just growing every single week, making a major contribution to people hearing about PulseChain. Everyone plays their part, and the Monster thread is doing its role. So very, very exciting there. All right. Shall we jump on to Torus? I think it's time. Let us cue that up. Let's cue it up. So let me jump into there. The Torus, of course. Now, Torus is not on PulseChain. It's on Ethereum and Titanx. But we have the same version of Torus coming with a few differences, of course, coming to PulseChain called Unity. So that's what we're going to talk about next. And that's from Cryptographics. Cryptographics was in the chat earlier. And a big shout out to him. So yeah, he's been doing amazing. Reposted the stream as well. What a legend. What a legend there. So very, very cool. And Brendan says here for the alpha. Yeah, we're going to get some big alpha here with Torus. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get into it. How are we doing for time? And now in 3 minutes, we're doing very well. All right, so Torus here at the moment. Let's go into it, and we'll go full screen. Yeah, let's do it. Full screen. And beautiful site, obviously. Cryptographics does everything at the top level. He's probably Rhodes Scholar. I don't know if they have Rhodes Scholars in America, but he was probably Rhodes Scholar. And we got Torus here, market price $9.66 right now, sitting very solid in that range that has been for many days. We're on day 26. Can you believe it? 26. So it's really starting to grow up. A little baby, it's growing up and it's leaving the roost. But it's day 26, and we've got 7 hours into the day 26. As you guys know, I'm not really expecting any really supply adjustments until day 27. And that's when we have our first kind of big jump in supply, relatively speaking. So we'll check that out in the June report. But so far, up to day 26, pretty solid, and the market holding up pretty well. So let's quickly look at the returns right now. If you create Torus, and basically you're getting shares this way. This is the way you get shares. So remember, there's a reward profile or an inflation profile. You decided what you want to call it. But basically, it starts off at about 8.5 million and then adds 100,000 and then slightly less by 0.08% every day. And so it's going to have a sort of this profile that has slowly increasing rewards, let's say. And so that's kind of where it's at the moment. And of course, how do people get those rewards? Well, they have, because it's got this kind of almost a fixed supply that could only ever be 125 million. You've got to allocate it some way. How do you do that? You get shares. And of course, the more people that come in after you, the more shares there are, and therefore the more that inflation, even though it's adding a decreasing rate, gets spread amongst more and more people. So if you've got a lot of people coming in, it really gets spread out real fast. That's pretty much what we see happen, right? And we can see that in the charts very, very clearly. And so we've got at the moment you can either use create Torus. In other words, you're basically creating shares. You get you got that, you get 14,643%, or you can stake. You can buy Torus and stake it, and you'll get 2,700%. So obviously creating is pretty obvious there, but people are buying and staking. So it does give you optionality. You pay a little bit, 5% extra cost, but you get optionality. In other words, you can end your stake 50% the way through, and if you go 75%, then you get, I think, 50% of your rewards back, but you always keep your principal amount that you get from the beginning. You'll earn tokens, as they call it. So that is kind of bit. So it does give you, staking gives you optionality, whereas creating, you're pretty much in there till the end, right? Till it matures. So that's pretty much it. But both of these get you shares, and those shares give you a share of the reward pool. So the more people come in, the more shares there are, the more that inflation gets spread out amongst more people. You're not making more and more inflation, in other words, or more and more rewards. It's just a fixed sort of pool that's on a fixed profile, let's say, and the more shares come into it. Now, obviously, when stakes mature or when creations mature, the shares come out of the pool, and so the rewards go up. Well, so that's kind of it. So we're on early days, though, 26 there. So that's kind of a basic idea there. As people are putting money into it, they put in Titanx and Ethereum. That all goes into a buy and burn treasury, as I call it, and that's being captured for different purposes. So we've got the buy and burn at the moment, got 35 ETH in there, 1.3 trillion Titanx, and that is worth quite a bit there. We've got $366,000. Plus, and this is additive, plus we've got the buy and build. This is building up thicker liquidity, making the project bigger and bigger and bigger, more blue chippy type of project. And we've got 22 ETH in there and 912 billion Titanx. And that there is another $250,000. So we're adding those together, and then we've got the fractal, which is a special call that happens at day 110. We're only at day 26 right now, and then that's another 14.7 ETH, 628 billion Titanx. That's another $170,000 there. Added all together, and I think we're over $800,000 or something. It's pretty massive. So pretty huge. And then we got the stats, right? And at the moment, the reward pool every day. And remember, this is decreasing, so we're down to 98,000. So tomorrow, day 27, we're going to be below 98,000 additional rewards or inflation, right? So that's pretty much where we're going to be. Yeah, pretty exciting. And of course, let's see where we are. So the Torus supply is even lower than yesterday. Can you believe it? Lower than yesterday at 16,853. It's got to make you laugh a little bit. That is incredible. But we are about to go to day 27. After day 27, which is over 24 hours away, maybe 30, 38, 40 hours away, something like that, we are expecting, the first step up in supply to come out. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's so far incredible. We got burn at almost 3,900. Stake Torus at 5,800. We got just hit 3 billion shares. So congratulations on that. I think that's quite the milestone, right? Quite the milestone. So congratulations. Yeah. So 3 billion shares has been hit. That's really cool. Remember, I said there's kind of this fixed profile of inflation over the kind of a long period of time. Well, 3 billion shares means that we're going up in shares. The more shares there are, the more spread out that rewards gets, right? So that's pretty much where we are. We've also gone over 200 billion Titanex as well. 204 billion Titanex has been burned. Now remember this, because these tokenomics are coming over to PulseChain in the form of Unity. The project is going to be launched on PulseChain, but instead of using Titanex and Ethereum, it's going to use Pulse and PulseX. So that's awesome, and that means also instead of burning Titanex, it's going to burn PulseX, and of course the rate is going to be something like 20 times higher than the buy and burn rate on PulseChain. And of course, the more volume you have going through Torus, or in this case Unity, the more you're going to burn on PulseChain at that rate. So this could be a real juggernaut, and of course, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Pulse as a use case, and we're excited about where that might be. It could absolutely explode. And we talk about killer apps, and it's not killer apps that kill the chain, but killer apps that moon the chain, basically. So that's kind of what we're looking for there. Now let's jump over to some of the tokenomics numbers here for Torus. We're going to refresh it to get the latest and greatest. Hopefully, it's had an update. Like it's 5 hours old, this update, but it is being queued right now. And we know this closure here is after the close of the day, because we're currently about 8 hours in. So this is the results we had at the end of the day. So we're over $1 million. That is incredible. Another great day. It really is amazing. So we've got two really big milestones here. Just incredible. 3 billion shares, and now we're over $1 million in US combined. Amazing stuff happening there. And of course, that will go up with the price of Titanex if Titanex runs away. Currently on the bottom, of course, of its price curve. And of course, ETH starts to continue its rally. So $1 million. Congratulations, Cryptographics. 93 ETH deposited. Now I think it's a bit lower than that, but that's kind of the numbers. We're going to get an update there, and probably close to 3.6 trillion Titanex has probably gone into the protocol. So it's doing very well there. We're now, the inflation is currently at 11.2 million. So I talked about, we've got kind of this fixed profile. It's adding about 98,000 tokens a day. Tomorrow it's going to be less than that. And of course that gets added to the total. And of course, the more shares you have come in, the more this gets allocated to more and more people, at least more and more creations and stakes, right? Based on the shares that they have. So it becomes more self-fulfilling, the basic reward distribution. And of course, as more and more people come in. So it's really, really clever from that point of view. The opposite of Titanex, which just added more and more inflation as more people came in. So it's very clever like that. Now, what else we got going here? We've obviously got, this is really where it shows you how the inflation gets distributed, because this big candle is now below 1.8 million now for creations on day 89. Remember, 88 days is the max period you can create or stake. And of course, this is the first day we got that big candle coming out. In Titanex on day 280, this was about 14.6 trillion or something. And that was going up and up and up every time someone came in. But this time we've got it going down, which is, start off at like 8.5 million, and now it's down at 1.8, less than 1.8. So, and it's probably going to continue to go. And probably the time we get there, because we're only on day 26, by the time we get to day 89, it's probably going to be well below 1 million, is my guess there. And of course, all these other candles will also be getting shrunk as well. Now, the cool thing about this is, can you see this at the end here? This is the future. This is we're on day 114 at the end there, and we can see that we've had a bit of an adoption wave, haven't we? So we've actually had a bit of a lull, and then an adoption wave as people have come in. So that's why I said more shares have been created, and it's being more self-fulfilling for the project success. It is pretty cool to see that. Jeff Moss says $1 PDAI. Yeah, $1 PDAI. And so that's kind of the play there. Now, we can see this inflation. Now, I was talking about day 27, right? So day 26, what inflation we've had? We've had an extra 1,900 coins, right? An extra 1,900 coins. Remember, we start off with 20,000. We're obviously burning thousands of coins as well. Tomorrow is the first day that we get some of the probably shorter perspective people, maybe the ROI players, as it were. Remember, this is really a staking protocol. So this is going to be interesting. So we got an extra, 200, maybe 1,600 coins coming out. So it's the first day we've got a sizable amount of coins coming out. What will they do with them? Well, we will find out. I suggest to you they're probably going to sell a bit into the market, but maybe they don't. We have seen a lot of stakers come in as well. So we've got these demand dynamics where we've got stakers coming and buying off the market and staking. They could absorb some of this. So we're all going to find out how much that is. We've definitely seen a few stakers come into play. Or we're going to see potentially these people sell. They might hold it. They might just speculate on the price moving forward. They might hold it, but we're going to find out. Certainly the first big jump, and that's day 27. So it's the first little real challenge to the supply and demand dynamics. And then, of course, we've got continue to ramp up. So from day 27, we are seeing a higher level of what I call short-term players coming in into the supply here. So this is going to be the first little test here. Day 30, 29, 30, it's not many. There's only another 130 tokens, so it's not a big day 29, but day 27, 28, that's going to be a little bit of interesting move there. We've got 600, 700 tokens coming out on day 28. So though we're going to the first early little challenges there. Not too bad after that for a little while. I guess we start day 31, start ramping up there a little bit more too. Another 1,200 tokens, etc. So you can sort of see we're slowly creeping up to bigger days there. By the time we get to day 37, we'll have an additional 10,800, which is just basically 50% more of the tokens than we originally started with. Obviously, not taking into account the burning, which is taking a lot of that pressure there. So we've got stakers and burning going on, and speculators coming in, and potentially bots and other things. Potentially buying on the buy side. On the supply side, we've got some of these short-term creators, and they can potentially come in and sell into the market if they so choose. We'll find out who wins the battle there up to day 37. And then, of course, that leads us into day 40. And, of course, that is, I think, we get to 13. And then we start after day, maybe day, what day here? Day 46 is kind of the next day. We get up to 23. So by the time we get day 45, we're basically double. We started with 20,000. Now we've got 22,000 extra tokens. Obviously, we've got the burn going on. Spending 1,000 tokens, and we're going to burn a lot more by the time we get there. But once we get to day 46, we're really going to be jumping out, right? 23,800, and we jump to 36,300. So I got day 27, and then of course after in the early 40s, and then by the time we get to day 47, so 27, 47 key dates there as we see more inflation come into the market. So it's going to be fun to see that all play out and the supply and demand dynamics. But what we have seen is that we've seen a sudden up ramp in the amount of people coming in. That's capturing a lot more capital inside the treasuries. That adds to a lot more burning. So we've got that dynamic going as well, coming up on the demand side, helping to burn supply should it get sold. So we're going to have a lot of cool things happening. And we are, regardless of that supply and demand, we are expecting a price pullback, right? So that will happen during this period, no doubt. It's kind of pretty cool. So that's coming up there. We've got C in-house there. Good to see you. And what else do we got? Cryptographic says, also remember that the 1% exotic pool captures and burns 1% of all Torus sold. How about that? So that is very important there. So big shout out to Cryptographics. 1% exotic pool captures and burns 1% of all Torus sold. There we go. So we've got definitely supply being burned off through there. All right, so let's jump down through that. Let's check it out. And let's scroll down. I'll go a bit further down here. So we've got 1,594 creations so far. We've got 151 stakes. Obviously, we have 5 hours for the update, but this is in the new day turnover there. And this is the chart that I really like looking at. We've got, look at this. We're getting a rally in adoption starting to happen. I really like this. And this continues. It's very exciting. So we were getting down to about 25 on day 16. We were down for ages, for days and days and days, around between 25 and 35 creations. But look at this, the last 4 days. See that? Last 4 days we have jumped up from 27, and now we've been doing what? Day 22, 63. On day 23, we did 55. On day 24, we did 56. And on day 25, we did 67 OMG. So this continues to sort of ramp up, and this orange curve continues to curve up. That is very exciting. And that bodes very well. Very, very cool. And of course, that means more dilution for you, but it also means more money being captured in that treasury. And I think it makes it more self-fulfilling as well. What else we got to say about that? That's kind of where we are at the moment. There's not a lot of liquid holders right now, but like I say, the first day will be day 27. And Cryptographics talked about, there is, the old exotic pool there. Plus, of course, there's the buy and burn ticking away, and we've got people buying and staking and things like that. So that's kind of cool. In fact, did I see the staking chart? I'm not sure if I saw that here. Stakes here. So stake activity. Stake activity has been a bit mixed, but definitely we've had an uplift here since the 20th. We've definitely had a few buying and stakers there, or at least people, putting that back into the system. So yeah, we'll see how that goes as well. Definitely another demand metric there. All right, so that is kind of cool. But that brings us on into Unity, and that means that Torus is doing really well on PulseChain. On Ethereum, and of course, what's it going to do on PulseChain? I think it's going to be amazing. More and more people are hearing about it, as you can see in the Torus adoption. It's starting to really ramp up, and PulseChain has a bunch of influencers out there. Many of them have been notified of what's going on. put a post out there yesterday tagging in a lot of the top influencers just to let them know that Unity is coming and that it's potentially going to have a massive impact on Pulse, and PulseX is a killer DApp. And excited about where it's going to be. So suspecting we're going to see a lot of adoption into Unity on PulseChain, and it's going to be launching on somewhere between the 18th and the 20th of this month. So very, very exciting. We've got a few big launches this month, and Unity is sitting there right in the heart of August, looking very, very good. And of course, the timing in the cycle is fundamental, right? We have this growing value, growing wealth effect, growing optimism, and of course, we're expecting big, big things. And of course, it's the perfect time for Unity to launch. And the more people to go in it, the more successful it becomes. So very, very excited about that. And the amount of PulseX it could burn is huge. So really is another catalyst for mass success for PulseChain and PulseX with the old Unity coming on there. So very, very excited about that. High APRs, and of course high APRs staking, and lots of burning. We think we can enjoy that. And of course, it's really set up to be around for years and years and years, decades. In fact, is with the tokenomics there, all driving long-term behavior. So very, very cool. All right, so that's pretty much it. That is coming. Unity is coming, guys, and from Cryptographics, really has WizKid tokenomics in it, and excited about seeing where it all goes. You can actually read the white paper as well. He's got all that set up there, and of course, we saw, if you watch this video from, I think from yesterday, he had all the sneak peeks about some of the way the UI looks. Very, very cool. But you can find all the details in the in here on the white paper, so to speak. So pretty cool. I'm going to post the link to Unity in the chat there if you want to check it out. Actually, we'll also I didn't even do Torus, so we'll put Torus there first. If you want to check out Torus, check that out. So that is Torus. Bam. And you might as well, I'll put the general report in there for you as well if you guys want to check out the stats to do your planning. Go long. So that is the one there. That's Torus. And if you want to check out the general report, you can check that out as well. Bam, there it is. That's from Mike Dean. So big shout out to Mike Dean. And that is the Unity DApp as well. And you can get access to the white paper there also. And like I say, it is using Pulse and PulseX. And of course, I do strongly recommend you watch Cryptographics video from yesterday. And you can find him there as well. So pretty cool. Big shout out. Looking forward to it. It's going to be huge, guys. Exciting times ahead. All right. So that's pretty much it on the match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're up to 1 hour and 21 minutes on the live. Don't forget to check out all the awesome stuff we covered today, and we covered it all pretty much. We covered stock market surging today. Obviously, we've got the Magnificent Seven doing really well. Earnings season has been really well. We had Palantir out today, first time hitting $1 billion revenue. That's pretty awesome. Things are on the march there. Obviously, hopefully we can get world domination, but that is the play. We obviously had the monster thread come out today for PulseChain, and things are ramping up. We're only within 2.5 weeks of, I think, a lot of those electronic devices hitting the market in the United States and other places. So it's going to be really, really awesome. As I said, the monster thread is out. You can check that out, Monster 13. Share it around far and wide, and give it a good read. It's got some great stuff in there, and there are wonderful people in there on PulseChain doing some awesome stuff. It's really, really exciting to see where that's going. Of course, we covered Rhinify briefly, talking about their charge. Only 16 hours to go. That's going to be legit. That chart's looking awesome. So big shout out to the team there. I think that's going to be really fun as well. Don't forget to vote for your favorite influencer on the monster thread. That is the link right there in the chat. So definitely do that. And of course, we've talked about Torus. Torus is making waves on Titanx, really doing incredible. What's it? 3.6 trillion Titanx gone there already, and it's starting to really take off. And it's coming to PulseChain, and it's going to do the same. What it's doing for Titanx, it's going to do for PulseX. I think it's very, very exciting where that's going to go. So definitely check that out. That is the website for Unity there as well. So awesome stuff. Keep checking it out. It's going to be epic. And of course, we're going to be covering it every day pretty much, because I'm really excited about Cryptographics. Obviously, one of the, I think, the very best influencers we've had out in PulseChain Titanx, and now is WizKid Tokenomics has come out as a founder of, I think, something pretty special moving forward there, a real game changer. The hunt for the holy grail in tokenomics is pretty much it. Forget Wall Street, as they say. We got the real geniuses on the old PulseChain there coming to town. So a big shout there. Great stream as always, crushing it with the daily content. I appreciate that. Cryptographics, big shout out. We got Louise in the house there. I respect the grind. Yeah, every day. Well, a few days off. We have a few days off, but generally streaming 8 p.m. Eastern every day. So it's a lot of fun. The bull market is upon us, guys. We have these little dips on the way, but man, you look, we've got a Bitmine there buying 6 million Ethereum. It's just a no-brainer. It's just you just can't dream for that. And they bought another 200,000 tokens today. I mean, it's just insane, guys. Ethereum is it's just going to go through the roof, and of course the PulseChain Strategic Reserve going through the roof, and of course PulseChain's getting ready for marketing. Richard Hart is timing this like a master. It really is crazy good where we're going to be going. So pack your bags. I mean, really, time is ticking. A very short window left to go. And if we get those interest rate cuts on the 17th of September, it really the altcoin season is signed, sealed, and delivered. It's going to be pretty awesome. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll catch you on the next one. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, we're going to catch you on the next one. Bye for now. Peace out. Woohoo! Let's go.